Hello and welcome from the nation's capital here in Canberra for tonight's round 12 clash between the Canberra Raiders and the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And what a game it's going to be. It's do or die for the season, for the finals hopes of both teams, as Jordan Lewis tries to lead his Raiders to another finals berth before he steps down as a captain. But it will be a tough ask against Joey Kelly and his Rabbitohs, who have found a bit of form throughout the season with the last two games, both losses on the trot, so they'll be looking to bounce back. But joining me in the commentary box for tonight's huge game is my good friend Anthony McDonald, captain of the Brisbane Broncos, and AMAC. What a game we've got here tonight with everything that's on the line, everything at stake. What are you expecting to see here tonight between these two sides?
Well, as you said, Sonny, this is a do-or-die game for both of these teams, so I'm expecting all-out attack from both of them. I reckon defence is going to be optional, and whoever has the most blistering attack is going to be the one who...
Yeah, Anthony, and a bit of technical difficulties here to start this one off, but we are back underway here from Canberra, GIO Stadium, and both teams 4-7, but still a mathematical chance to try and sneak their way into the top 8. They have to win here tonight, and they have to win by a big margin, you'd have to say, as the Mando takes a run on the left-hand side here. And AMAC, in your opinion, which side is going to come out tonight, do you think? Do you reckon it's going to be the home field advantage, the experience of the Raiders side that will be the difference, or do you reckon it's going to be that sort of mentality from the Rabbitohs that just turn up and play some good footy and try and get the result here tonight on the road?
I reckon there are two men out there who are going to be instrumental in their campaigns here tonight, Sonny. When you talk about the Canberra Raiders, you've got to mention Eli Barnes. So if Eli Barnes can have a blistering of a game...
Oh, and Jordan Lewis has gone all the way. He's intercepted it and just ran it back to the goal line for the first try of the game. And we spoke about him before, the captain, Jordan Lewis, stepping down at the end of this season. But that is a brilliant start for the home side here, AMAC. He just pinched that one and took it back for a try.
I take it back. Eli Barnes has got nothing on Jordan Lewis tonight, so I think it's going to be Jordan Lewis steering his team home. On the other side of the cards, you got Joey Kelly, and Joey Kelly's rebuild of the Rabbitohs has been nothing short of miraculous. So it's going to be both captains from the look of things tonight, and they're wasting no time getting into it.
Yeah, and that's the ideal start, especially when you can score off an interception inside the red zone. That is just... well, that's everything you could have asked for to start off a game. 6-0 is the score in favour of the home side. The Canberra Raiders, who are looking to try and turn their season around, they are a club with such a history of success. When we talk about finals, grand finals, when we talk about a premiership in season 6, I believe it was. I mean, this is just a team that, for most parts of the season, have failed to live up to the expectation, but that's not really much fault of theirs, more so as they've just had to put up with a lot of drama from last season, AMAC. They've lost a lot of players, and you have to give guys like Jordan Lewis and Tim James a rap for being able to hold this ship and steer it throughout all that diversity that they've faced, or adversity, I should say.
Yeah, and Wally Allen, the new incoming captain of the Raiders for Season 9, he's going to have big shoes to fill, not just the shoes of the current captain, Lewis, but also big shoes to fill depending on which Raiders decide they want a new team next season.
Yeah, that's a great point, and congratulations once again to Wally Allen, Season 9 captain for the Raiders. First tackle now for the Canberra side, inside opposition half. They give it to Dane Blaine, who will just stab it towards the corner of Tyrone Clay, playing at the wing tonight. But he's met there in a good tackle by the kicker, Dane Blaine, and a bit of change-ups with the Rabbitohs lineup as we see Kevin Dixon lining up to fullback for this week. And it'll be interesting to see how he plays there, Kevin Dixon. He's a SRL veteran who's been accustomed to playing in the centres and even the wing. But we'll see how he goes here tonight as Felix Stoder does a good job to save that one. Rabbitohs not much doing on this set. They're still short of the 40. Inside their own half, they'll give it to Callaghan on the 4 tackle, who'll just go for a crossfield punt. Eli Barnes is there to let it bounce. He'll return it. Steps one, watch out. Dixon forced to come up and make that tackle. And that's a good run there from Eli Barnes.
Yep. As I tried to say earlier, Eli Barnes is the danger man for the Raiders. And if the Rabbitohs want any chance of getting it over tonight, they need to make sure they pin that man down.
Yep, that'll go a long way into getting a huge upset for the Rabbitohs tonight. When you look at the experience in their lineup, they've been a bit of a late comer to the party, but they've certainly started to turn up here late in the season. 2 rounds left to go, and how quick has it gone? Your round 12 clash, proudly brought to you by TBC Live, your first game of your Tuesday evening as we get a 5th and last here from the Raiders. They'll drop back to Luke Thompson. It's a bit short, gives a bit of space for Jai Collins to run onto it. And Jai Collins, we've been accustomed to seeing him in the second row the past few weeks, but he's shifted out to the wing. And Anthony, when you're a team like the Rabbitohs and it just hasn't been working for you the past 2 weeks, do you think it's a good decision by Joey to mix things up, considering their season's on the line, or do you think they should have stuck with what they had?
Oh, it's hard to say, Sonny. I think they were a little bit shell-shocked last week with their loss against the Titans. So Joey could have left it the same and hoped that it was just a blip on the radar, or do what he's done tonight and change things around and hope that they can ambush the Raiders and try something a little bit unconventional, which is why, Dixon up the back.
Oh, and it's a great kick there from Callaghan, but Eli Barnes is there to swoop on it like a hawk, and he'll take that back to the 10. And what a great defuse there from Eli Barnes. I thought he left too much space for it. It looked like Callaghan was looming to catch it and to potentially score for his own kick, but nonetheless, the experience of Eli Barnes, just the fact that as it's always been a huge part of the Raiders' success in the past, as Garcia makes a good break on the left-hand side. 4 tackle now, shy of the 40. They'll drop back in the pocket. Thompson is there. He'll go for a kick. It'll get a few bounces in there, but Clay's there to clean it up, and he runs towards the sideline, taken out by Dane Blaine. And the Canberra fans are absolutely giving it to Tyrone Clay here on the sideline. Anthony, what a play there from the Raiders.
Yeah, they've turned a nothing kick, a 40-40 kick, into potentially a try-scoring opportunity here. And some real crafty defence there from Dane Blaine, just shepherding Clay into the sideline like that.
Yeah, and just like that, the Raiders get another set of 6 inside opposition half. And they'll be rubbing their hands together a bit here. They're in some good position now. Try and capitalise. And Harry Cheddar straight through the middle. He's brought down in a 2-man tackle there. Second tackle now for the Green Machine. Where will they go? Inside ball to Rossini, who just winds it up. And takes a couple defenders down with him on the third now. About 26, 27 metres out from the line is Wally Allen. The second rower here, taking it inside the 20. They're in the red zone now. Oh, and a short ball to Caval, and Caval maybe just running a bit too fast on his line there. He drops it, and just like that, the chance goes begging, Amac.
Yeah, not how the Raiders would have wanted to end that chance, and I think it was a little bit more excitement that they were close to anything, so they need to settle the nerves and stop line breaks like Callaghan just then.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what an absolute filthy dummy he just threw there. Oh, jeez, I swear, I just have a soft spot for the dummies in the SRL. It's great to see him when they're thrown. Third tackle now in the Rabbitohs with a prime chance just outside the red zone. They'll go back inside to Aaron Leondis, the former Raider himself. Inside the 24 tackle now. They'll go back left side to Felix Stoder. He's met in a wall of green defenders there. 5th and last, 65 gained on this set. Where will they go here, Souths? They'll drop back in the slot. Callaghan's there, puts up a high bomb. Who's going to end up with it? They jump up. Dane Blaine ends up with it, and he'll take a return to the sideline. And a great diffuse play there from Dane Blaine. But what a game he's been having early on, Anthony.
Oh, smashed. And just let him get up and push him back a couple of metres. Yeah, Dane Blaine's had an absolutely phenomenal season for a centre. He's come over from the Eels from last season, and he's had a massive impact for the Raiders. So it's great to see a centre, of a rookie centre no less, have such a strong impact.
Yeah, it's great to see some of these former Parramatta players just continuing on their form in their careers post-Eels. And with the talks of expansion next season, the Tigers entering the competition led by Captain Riley Murray and current Canberra Raiders Vice-Captain Tim James. It just leaves the question, could we see the resurgence of the Eels and the Dragons soon as we enter Season 10, or Season 9 I should say, But nearly at the 10 season mark of SRL footy. 3 to 4 years. How good has it been so far as we enter round 12? Getting to the juicy end of this season with finals just around the corner. Only 2 spots remain in the fight for the top 8 race as Kevin Dixon, the fullback, trying to make something happen for his Rabbitohs. And they're a bit slow on this set, but they'll get an offload to Ben O'Donnell. And great defense here from Canberra early in this first half as Joey Kelly tries to kick them out of trouble, and it goes out on the full. And just like that, another mistake for Souths, and that'll invite a lot of pressure into their own half, Mac.
Yeah, if you look, those Raiders defenders were right up quick in Joey Kelly's face and probably rushed that kick faster than he wanted to, putting it over the sideline instead of along the sideline there.
Yeah, and just a bit too much on it from the Souths captain, Joey Kelly, making the shift from the backs to the halves this season as Eli Barnes gets a break through the middle. And just like that, the home side, they've got the fans on their feet here as Tim James goes short to Berkeley, out to Jordan Lewis. Can he barge for a second? He'll try and get some post-contact meters on the play. Third tackle now. Where will they go? They shift it right. Flat ball out to Dane Blaine, and he's held up short of the line. Fourth tackle now. Canberra looking to try and cross this line with a great chance. Flat ball out to Rohan Kaval, or Rahul Kaval, I should say, and he'll barge over the big second rower. And just like that, Mac, the Raiders go 2 up with the tries here. 10-0 and kick to come here. What a play it was. What a try there from Kaval.
Yeah, and you can see there, Dixon was having a lot of trouble keeping the big man out and just no one was helping him. So you can't really blame Dixon for that one. You need a team effort to keep someone of Kaval's caliber from crossing the line and muscling down like that.
Yeah, he was looking around for some help, wasn't he, for Dixon, and he just got out machoed by the big Rahul Kaval, who has been one of the staples of this Raiders side the past few seasons. And Canberra off to a great start at home here as Luke Thompson will slot it to make it 12-0. And last week the Raiders coming off an upset loss against the Panthers 28-24. However, they were missing their captain Jordan Lewis, who was out with a torn meniscus, I believe. But thank you to the healing magic of the SRL. He was able to overcome that within a week, and he's back for this crucial game, Mac. And it's great to see what a difference a guy like Jordan Lewis and even Kaval can make for this Raiders side.
Well, Lewis proved it straight away. His first touch of the ball, he stole it and ran right over the touchline. So the SRL should patent and share some of that magic with the NRL and help some of the other players do the same.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm not too much of a medical expert being based in Cronulla, but we do know a thing or two about pharmaceuticals, if that's what we want to call it here. Nonetheless, third tackle now. Alan Berkeley gets the run up and he's caught flat-footed. He'll just hold on to the ball and try and save the play. Fourth tackle for the Raiders. Are they going to try it again? They'll go back in the pocket to Riley Flynn. What a good kick it is. Does it have the angle? It does, but it just doesn't have the bounce or the power. And Kevin Dixon with some open rein to return it. On the left-hand side here. 20 minutes played in your round 12 clash. Proudly brought to you by TBC Live. Get out to our good friends at TBC Live. Make sure you check them out on the App Store. As we see Kevin Dixon now, the big fella, gets some post-contact meters on that play, gets him inside Raiders territory, and the visitors looking to try and capitalise off this field position through Jai Collins, who takes him to the 30. Fourth tackle now, they play the ball. O'Donnell gives it out, cut out ball to Felix Windmill, skied. And he'll get them to the 20. 48 gain on the set here for Souths. Where will they go? They drop flat ball to Aaron O'Hare. Puts on the big fend, but he's brought down in a two-man tackle. Tim James and his teammate there to bring him down. And that was a pretty good set there, Amac. But just the finish, not enough to get them across the line.
No, I was questioning why they didn't put the ball up in the air, but Aaron O'Hare said, "No, give it to me," and he tried his best to get there. And not a terrible place, especially if you're going to try to kick it to some of those Raiders wingers and streaming off down the field.
Yeah, it was a pretty good play. Bit unorthodox, but those ad-lib plays can certainly catch the opposition off guard. Inside our play, 6 again, and the Raiders, everything is just falling their way at the moment. Geez, the Rabbitohs couldn't buy a break if they had the the means to do so. Wally Allen will take it, get them about 45 out from the try line, shy of the halfway. First tackle straight from dummy half, puts on a step, Jaden Garcia. What a play here from the Canberra centre. And there's no fullback in position. Will they go that way? No, they'll swing it out to Eli Barnes and they'll just be shut down in a great tackle there by Joey Kelly. Third now, the Raiders go back infield. Daly ends up with it. He's got space. He just has to be Kevin Dixon and he'll get to the line. Kevin Dixon nearly saving that try from being scored, but you just could not stop the big fella, Justice Daly, coming off the bench and scoring a beautiful try there, AMAC.
Oh, that was an absolutely sensational. I swear he dived from 5 meters out.
Oh, he slid across just.
Oh, that's phenomenal. And those bench boys for the Raiders, instant impact, especially when you're losing some of the strong men like Jesse Bennett and Leondis in the middle there. They're always going to miss those big boys, stop them from coming through.
Yeah, and what a try it was from Daly, coming off the bench and just bringing that strike through the middle. And not even the big Kevin Dixon could stop that one from being scored. So 18-0 is the score in favour of the home side. And AMAC, if you're the Raiders, if you're Jordan Lewis and his boys, it's a great start here, but you just don't want to get too far ahead. You don't want to get complacent, because the Rabbitohs have shown they're a team that can bounce back no matter the circumstances. They don't want to get too far ahead of themselves.
No, I think if I remember back to the Broncos v Rabbitohs game at the beginning of the season, we were probably up at about 18 points ahead, and they came back and draw within 4 points. So the Rabbitohs, they can pile the points on quickly if you give them a sniff. The Raiders got to be careful.
Yeah, that's right, Mac, as we see Eli Barnes with a break through the middle. Be interesting to see what the future will be for the Raiders and their players, especially with talks of the Tigers being on the market. Could we see some shake-up in this Canberra side? Could we see some shake-up in the Rabbitohs side with Joey Kelly openly expressing his openness to try and shift this team around and build a premiership winner? As we see Berkeley now stabs it towards the corner and waiting for it is Tyrone Clay. He's got space, steps two, and he just had to get past Eli Barnes, but the reinforcements there to stop him. And it'll be interesting to see how that wing battle goes as we see Windmill Skeet. He's got space on the right edge. He just has to beat Eli Barnes. He gets the pass away, and it's 6 again. Play that, says the ref. And we hear the bell go in the background. 6 again inside the red zone, Anthony.
Yep. What did we say? The Rabbitohs, if you give them a sniff, they are dangerous. And here they go.
And Felix Stoder, what a try from the second row, getting the first points on the board for the visitors. And just like that, a 6 again set. Their eyes lit up. They knew they had another chance, another 6 inside the red zone. And just like that, Felix Stoder finally gets the Rabbitohs on the board here.
Yeah, Stoder, mid-season convert. He's been strong all this back end of the season for the Rabbitohs. Probably one of the reasons why they're in the position they are now. And there he is, paying back Joey Kelly, giving him a bit more of a taste of points.
Yeah, and what a great season it's been from Felix Stoder. He really started making a name for himself once he got to the Broncos and the Titans early this season. But since he's made the switch to South Sydney, he's been one of their perennial forwards. Could potentially be making a case for a spot in the Pacifica side as we get towards the Six Nations in this off-season. And how good will the Six Nations be? The first 13-a-side tournament, international tournament in the SRL. Oh, and James Anderson just gets absolutely rocked on the hit there. Not sure who it was. I think it was Lucy Driscoll. Oh, geez, he'll be wearing that one on the way to the sheds. Second tackle now. 29 played here with about 11 minutes to go in this first half. 18-6 is the score in favour of the home side as we see Stoder take the run, and he's held in the tackle. And it's a penalty conceded. And Anthony, the discipline starting to take a toll on this Raiders side. Maybe it's the fatigue factor settling in.
Yeah, bit of fatigue, bit of frustration at that last try. Like I said, the Raiders, they got to be careful, because if they give too much of a door open for the Rabbitohs here, Joey Kelly's going to kick that door down and force a force a quick turnover again and again and again.
Yeah, when I think about an 80-0 lead from the Raiders, it takes me back to their final last season where they were up 80-0 at half-time before they ended up conceding that game. If not to the Rabbitohs, to the Broncos, I believe it might have been. But nonetheless, they don't want deja vu here tonight. They've got a healthy home crowd, sold out GIO Stadium. Felix Windmill skied from dummy half. What a try. An absolute blinder right there from Felix Windmill skied. He just grabs the ball straight out of dummy, splits in between the defenders and cuts back in field. Gets past Eli Barnes for his troubles. Anthony, what a try it was from FWS. Something out of nothing.
Yeah, and if you remember back to the previous set, it was FWS screaming down the field that set up that 6 again and stowed a try. And here he is crossing for his own. So if FWS hasn't been locked up for the Rabbitohs next season, Joey Kelly needs that signature now.
And I'll tell you what, we may need to do a wellness check for the Raiders fans watching this game, because 10 minutes ago they were loving life at the moment. Everything was going their way, and just like that, blink of an eye, 2 unanswered tries from the Rabbitohs now sees them only down by 6 points. 18-12 is the score on your Wednesday night clash. Wednesday, this is the last game of your Wednesday evening, so not your Tuesday footy, your Wednesday footy. And how good has it been? These are the sorts of games that you love to see when they're nice and close, but when we talk about the finals, when we talk about what's at stake, this game is the do or die game for both teams. One loss from this point out, and it is over with for your finals chances. So these teams really need to win here tonight. It's been the message all week for both camps. Doesn't matter how they get it done, just get it done. As Felix Stoder takes the run there inside opposition half. And the Rabbitohs starting to find their feet now, especially on attack. They're making good meters as we see Dixon takes the ball out and he stops shy of the 30. Good ground made from the Rabbitohs on this set. 5th and last now. They'll drop back in the pocket to FWS, who'll just go cross field straight to the corner. Riley Flynn's there. He's got a bit of space. Kevin Dixon's trying to come up and make the tackle to stop the try, and he does so. Great stuff there from Kevin Dixon. And he'll run back towards the line on the wing there. Fullback out of position. Watch out. Eli Barnes, he's trying to expose that gap. And he'll get past. He shrugs one off. He just has to get past the last defender. And he's brought down. Second tackle now for Canberra. Where will they go? Cut out ball to Jordan Lewis. And Lewis takes him inside the 10. Third tackle now. The Raiders knocking on the door here. They'll go short to Thompson. Out to Lucy Driscoll. And Lucy Driscoll, post-contact meters, turned on her back. Fourth tackle now. The Raiders getting slowly but surely to the line as we see them flat ball to Justice Daly. And Daly will score another try. His second in the first half off the bench at that. Take a bow.
Oh, Sonny, when was the last time you saw a bench prop score a double in the opening 20 minutes of the game? That was phenomenal.
Yeah, Daly, what a knock on his shoulders there. Coming out of the 14th spot. And 2 tries to his name. He's only going to be on the field for another, not even 5 minutes. So to see that sort of impact that this Canberra bench can bring, it's great to see. And Daly getting 2 tries to his name. And that'll give a bit of breathing room for the Raiders now, AMAC, heading into half-time. They looked a bit on the ropes there, conceding 2 tries, but they've managed to get one back 5 minutes out from half-time.
Yeah, the Raiders needed that 1-2 punch from their number 1 and number 2. And Flynn, 60 metres, setting it up, working their way into the Rabbitohs half. As much as we're saying good job Daly, well, you've got to say good job Flynn as well.
Yeah, Flynn definitely having his part to play, not just on that play, but in this first half. The Raiders find themselves up 24-12. And it's great to see from them. For the Rabbitohs, they need to knuckle down and really just tighten up defensively. I think they've been pretty good for the most part, but you know, the Raiders just doing a good job to capitalise through the gaps and expose those lines in the fence. As we see third tackle now, still shy of the halfway, but they'll get it through Daly, the big fella. Can he get a hat trick before he jumps off? That would be something great to see from the big unit. As we see Thompson now give it back infield to Lucy Driscoll, who bumps one off. Oh, get him off the field. Oh, geez, Jordan Lewis now gets the offload and fifth tackle here. 36 played here in the first half. Where will they go here, the Canberra side? They drop back in the slot. Thompson's there. He'll get a short stab out to Jai Collins. Watch out, Jai Collins has got space now. And he's brought down from behind there. Xavier Demando with a great tackle on Jai Collins. And just like that, the Rabbitohs with a set inside the Raiders half now. And they'll be wanting to score before they head into the sheds here, Mac.
Yeah, they need to score now. They were 18-0 down. They don't want to be 18-0 down again. And here they come as fast as they can. But it looks like the Raiders' defense is just a bit too staunch for them now.
And fourth tackle, less than 2 minutes remaining in this first half. O'Hare winds it up. 47 gained on this set for the South Sydney Rabbitohs as they drop back in the pocket to Joey Kelly. He'll send the punts out towards Demando. Demando will step on the left side. He'll try and reverse cut back in to the outside of the field. But he's brought down red in a great tackle there from Kevin Dixon, who has been pretty solid defensively. As we see Harry Cheddar now. Nice and fresh off the bench with a minute to go before half-time. The Raiders shift it left out towards Demando. You can never miss the bright green headgear. Playing for the Maroons in this series, or this season's series. 39 minutes now, 30 seconds left in this first half. Fourth tackle, what will they do here? The Canberra Raiders just drop it short in field with the straight run to Harry Cheddar. 15 seconds remaining now. Last play of the half, you'd have to say, as the Raiders drop back in the pocket to Thompson. It's a short kick. Joey Kelly takes it, but it's half-time. He's brought down. 24-12 is the score. And welcome back to the second half here from the nation's capital at GIO Stadium. Round 12 clash between the Raiders and the Rabbitohs, where the home side Raiders have a 24-12 lead over South Sydney. And what a game it was, or what a half it was, I should say. We've still got another half to go in this great game as Dixon takes the run up here for the Rabbitohs. And they'll play the ball here. Oh, and just like that, a mistake off to play the ball. And geez, Anthony, I was going to get your thoughts on the first half, but it seems we might have to commentate this piece of action real quick. A prime chance for the Raiders inside the red zone.
Yeah, it happened at the beginning of the last half, and it looks like it's happened at the beginning of the first. This one, thankfully, though, it's not a intercept terror ray try. The Rabbitohs have a chance of keeping the Raiders out if they can hold on.
As we see Garcia take that run up there, but he's turned on his back. And the referee will want to have a look at it, but not much to look at, you have to say. He's turned over there. Great rush in defense from the Rabbitohs. 3 defenders there to meet him on the line. And that's that sort of desperation that's going to stop tries from being conceded. Third tackle now. Here they go, the Raiders. And they'll play the ball to Jordan Lewis, their skipper. He'll try and barge over, but he's brought down once again. And some great goal line defense from South Sydney. The ref won't take this one up to the bunker. He'll want to get the ball rolling here as they play it on. Fifth and last here for Canberra. They'll drop a high ball from Thompson all the way towards the left wing. It's caught by Jaden Garcia. They let him catch it. But eventually he will be driven down. And a great start here for the Raiders, but just letting it off at the end there, Amo.
Yeah, and as we saw with a halftime score there, Sonny, weight of possession massively in favour of the Raiders, which gives us a good indication of why the scoreline is the way it is right now.
Yeah, and, leading the way, guys like Jordan Lewis and Harry Cheddar with 69 run meters. It's just insane from the forward pack as we see Aaron O'Hare run it straight through the middle and gets him across the halfway line. Third tackle here for South. They'll want to try and get on the ball, or get on the board as soon as possible, I should say, as Kelly, their skipper, makes a run through the middle. And they're struggling to make meters here. That Canberra wall is just there and stopping them from getting past, as we see fifth and last now. Jesse Bennett will play the ball. Back out to Callaghan, who just punts it deep. And what a great kick there. But it's straight to Riley Flynn, who's waiting for it. He's got a bit of space, steps on the right-hand side. But he's brought down shy of the 30. And the Rabbitohs on the back foot defensively here to start off this first half. But they've managed to stay well in the fight. And AMAC, any instructions from both camps at halftime? Any, messages being read to the boys from the sheds?
Yeah, Joey Kelly's main message to the boys was keep the defence up and for God's sake stop the errors. Unfortunately, that wasn't how they came out in the first half, but it looks like they've got things under control now and they've been able to keep going. For the Raiders, it was keep the pressure on. Keep running, keep punching, keep hitting and do what you can. And there they are. Wonderful kick chase there.
Yeah, the defence from Canberra has been great tonight, and you know, we've been sort of expecting to see this from them all season, but it just hasn't turned out that way. They finally managed to get a wriggle on now with 2 games to spare. There's still a mathematical hope of making the 8, but they need to win, and they need to win big. The team that loses here tonight will not be able to make the finals, so you could say finals has come early for these two sides as Callaghan takes the run here, gets into the halfway line. Now 33 gained on the set from the Rabbitohs in the attack, struggling to get downfield as we see them drop back to O'Hare, who just punts it straight into Preston Beats. Bit of a falcon on the kick. And just like that, AMAC, the Raiders with another prime chance inside the Rabbitohs half.
Tactical move there from the Raiders, putting the biggest boy in the field in front of the kicker. And a prop, so when you kick it to his head, he doesn't feel a thing.
Yeah, that's right. Strategic falcon. Third play now on this set as we see the Raiders give it short inside to Jordan Lewis, who's driven back. And the Rabbitohs defenders have been getting stuck into him all night. 4 tackle now as they drop it short to Tim James, and he's brought back. And the scoreline defense of the Rabbitohs is holding firm at the moment. 5th and last now. Where will they go? They drop back in the pocket to Thompson, who puts it up high. He's been targeting that wing all night. It's Digby Johnson there with a step on the return. And coming off the bench, Digby Johnson doing a great job to defuse that set. But the Rabbitohs, they need to try and do something now. They need to get to the other side of the field. The 40-20 probably has to come into play with the way this Canberra defense has been holding them down and not letting them beyond anywhere past the halfway line. Aaron O'Hare finds a break, gets a pass with a 6 again call. Felix Windmill ski there to scoop it up. And finally, a bit of fortune for the Rabbitohs now, AMAC. They get a 6 again as they approach the Raiders half.
Yeah, the footy gods giveth and the footy gods taketh. And it looks like it's time for the Rabbitohs to be given a little bit of luck as they work their way into the 40.
Yeah, and they've been tested a lot throughout this second half, but the Rabbitohs doing a great job to just keep their heads on a swivel and stay focused, stick to the game plan. 3rd tackle now. They're about 7 metres shy of the red zone. Felix Windmill skied straight from dummy half. Just has to get past Eli Barnes, and he'll get past, gets the ball down into the try line. And we'll take a look at the replay here on your TBC live replay, but that's a try for all money in my books, Anthony. What a play from Felix Windmill skied. His 2nd of the night, you'd have to say.
2nd of the night, Sonny, and 2nd from dummy half of the night. So I'm not quite sure what the Raiders were thinking. They should have been on top of that right from the beginning.
Yeah, and just a simple lapse in concentration. That's all it takes. And he's like a viper, isn't he, Felix Windmill skied. When he pokes his head out, he'll just strike and make you pay, as Callaghan will take this one just in front of the uprights and converts it to make it a 6-point deficit. 51 minutes played here on your TBC Live SRL Round 12 clash between the Raiders and the Rabbitohs. Do or die footy. This is it. This is the game that will determine who stays alive in the finals race and who will bow out early to look ahead towards Mad Monday in the off season. But I'll tell you what, with a game as close as it is, 24-18, 6 points the difference, Anthony. It just doesn't get any bigger than this.
Yeah, and if I was the Raiders, I would start being a little bit worried because even if they win tonight, as you said, Sonny, they need to win big. So they need a bigger margin than 6 points over the Rabbitohs, or they might not be able to catch up with the rest of the field.
Yeah, points differential is going to play a huge factor when we talk about the finals race. And yeah, a win will do wonders for him, but it's the margin that's really going to be the bigger question. And they're going to need some results to go their way, whichever team comes out on top here tonight. As O'Hare gets the huge punt downfield, and Eli Barnes has to run back to catch it, but watch out, he winds up. Oh, and he shrugs off Kevin Dixon. He's still going. He's like a Beyblade. You just give him some space and wind it back. And he will just absolutely cause havoc as we see Garcia now gets him to the halfway line. Hey, Mac, I'm not even sure the demographic of the SRL would know what Blades are. Would you reckon?
No, Beyblades are still cool, Sonny. They're up there with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon Go.
They are. As we see, third tackle now from Wally Allen. And the Canberra side getting some good position inside opposition half as we see Lewis there on the left edge playing a bit of a second row role there. Third tackle now, 54 minutes played. Slow playable from Lewis. He will give a bit of a mouthful to Joey Kelly as he plays the ball. Bit of biffo, bit of tension going on between the two skippers. Tyrone Clay steps on the outside, shrugs one off. Eli Barnes is forced to bring him down. I'll tell you what, Mac, Tyrone Clay playing at the wing position, he's doing a great job, but you just can't help but wonder if he should be playing the 1 jersey tonight. Jack Sora off the bench, great run there from the rookie. And AMAC, South Sydney, they've got a bit of momentum now. They're bringing that energy.
Yeah, and they're definitely attacking up the middle there through the Raiders. They've seen a little bit of a tired out forwards there in the middle, and now they're going up the sideline. So they're attacking any side of the field that they can. Desperation there.
Yeah, they are creeping their way towards the try line inside the red zone. 69 metres gained on this set. Fifth and last here. Double pass back out to Joey Kelly in the deep pocket. Barnes is waiting for it. The kick is up, but he's there and diffuses it like the absolute Iceman he is. Eli Barnes, you just cannot get too much past Eli, especially when you put up the high bombs. I thought it could have came off the post there. But Eli Barnes, OG, just showing us why he is one of the best fullbacks in the SRL with that play.
Yeah. He hasn't done a lot of attacking tonight, although he was just shy of 150 run meters at the halftime break. He's not gone over for his own pie yet, but he's spent all night defending it his heart out the back there, and that's part of the reason why the Raiders are in front right now, Sonny.
Yeah, that's right. And Eli Barnes, he just likes to pick his spots, doesn't he? He's not someone that necessarily needs to always be on the ball, because once he gets his chance, he'll just capitalise and make oppositions pay, as we see Dane Blaine. Couple meters on the post contact. Fifth and last now as we approach the final quarter of this game. Tim James puts up a high bomb. Dixon is there waiting for it, and he's brought down, met in the cover tackle from the defense. And great stuff there from the Raiders. They force another set, a drop goal or drop kick from in goal. And Callaghan will try and boot this one down as far as he can, as the Raiders faithful up on their feet here. They've got a good chance to make something happen, and Jordan Lewis, geez, he was looking like a wrecking ball on that run. First tackle now, 59 played here at Canberra. As Preston Beats gets past one, he runs it straight at Kevin Dixon, and Dixon will not back down from the challenge. Second tackle now, the home side. Flat ball to Caval. Caval will try and barge his way over, but he stops short. Third tackle now. Where will they go, the home side? They give a double pass out to Preston Beats, and he'll knock one over as he puts the ball down. 28-18 is the score, and what a try from the big unit off the bench, Mac.
Oh, just look at this giant of a man. Run up, grab the ball, smash through Dixon, plant it right at Dixon's feet. That was filthy there, Sonny.
Oh, jeez, poor Kevin Dixon. He nearly went flying back to Redfern on that hit. Preston Beach just identified him and saw the mismatch and decided to not hold back. Full foot down, pedal to the metal, and he'll send Dixon flying on that try. 30-18 is the score. 16 minutes played on your round 12 clash, proudly brought to you by our good mates at TBC Live. 30-18 in favour of the home side in AMAC as we get towards the final 20 minutes of this game. The Raiders with a bit of breathing room now, but we've seen what this Rabbitohs side can do when their backs are against the wall. And you just can't help but thinking they could roll another try or two in these final 20 minutes.
Yeah, realistically, it's only 2 converted tries there. So,
jeez. The unorthodox play there by Eli Barnes. That was very unorthodox from Eli Barnes. We don't see that sort of play too often.
As I was saying, that's realistically there's 2. Again, I'm just going to stop talking.
Oh, Beckley's gone. Beckley's got space. He'll have to be brought down there. Jai Collins there to make the tackle. And sorry to cut you off, Mac, but all of a sudden the Canberra Raiders, if you've just blinked, You'll find they're inside the 10 zone and he's taken off the ball. And the Rabbitohs recover. That was a huge play there. A huge hit from Aaron Leondis, I think it was. And AMAC, geez, if you blink twice within that 2-second time span, you've probably just missed some... Oh, back-to-back footy. It's back-to-back action. FWS is gone now. And geez, AMAC, I'm about to lose my voice. What have we just seen in the past 15-20 seconds? Rabbitohs turn it back over and Lightning McQueen ends up with it. It is a game of ping pong here, AMAC. But I think we finally got some stability here. Oh geez, that was some of the most haywire action I've seen in the SRL this season.
All over a passage of about 2 minutes that happened. Defense is optional. Attack is crazy. And... oh, Jesus, we've got to be careful, otherwise we're going to run out of voice by the end of this. Barnes, he's through.
It is all happening here in Canberra. Round 12 game between the Raiders and the Rabbitohs. 30-18 is your score. As the Raiders shift it out, the Mano gets driven over the sideline. And the Rabbitohs just absolutely spray him on that tackle as they drag him out. Great defense there from Ben O'Donnell. And another lifeline for the Rabbitohs. So just like that, possession turns around and the Rabbitohs, with about 15 minutes to go in this game, find themselves on the back foot as Callaghan gets absolutely smashed in the hit there. And it has become that sort of a game. It is just getting intense. It is getting competitive. It is getting physical out there on the field as the Rabbitohs trying to fight from deep within their own half. Fourth tackle now. O'Hare can only get them past the 30 as they'll drop it flat to Tallis Rift. Inside to Kevin Dixon. But he's brought down by the coattails and held a bit in the tackle. Fifth now, 20 gained on this set for the Rabbitohs. And Callaghan aims a boot towards the sideline looking for a 40-20, but the Mando is there waiting with open arms. And the Rabbitohs kicking themselves out of a bit of trouble here, AMAC, but they need to try and get themselves back on this side of the field and inside the red zone.
Yep, as we see the last couple of interchanges come on for that prop rotation, for that lock rotation, that 12-point lead is starting to become a little bit unassailable there. So if the Rabbitohs don't score and score soon, it might be lights out for them.
Yeah, one more try could be the dagger play, the one that really ends their finals hopes. As Eli Barnes tries to cut back in field. What a run it was from him on the right-hand side. Fifth and last now. Where will they go here? The home side. They drop it flat to McQueen, who puts in a grubber. And Felix Windmill skied there once again to save the play. And he has been absolutely clutch on defense for this Rabbitohs side. Getting in the way of the kick and just forcing the turnover for the Rabbitohs inside the red zone. And that keeps them alive. That keeps their season alive, that play right there. Third tackle now. They play the ball. Inside ball. Callaghan shifts it out to Tallis Rift. Tallis Rift brought down in front of the 40. Will they try a 40-20 here, the Rabbitohs? Oh, there's someone in the way. Jai Collins. He knew he was in the way, and he does a great job to save the play, holding on to it. But now the Rabbitohs, not much doing on this set as Joey Kelly will be forced to punt it back towards the Mando. He goes with a bit of space. The Mando steps one, and Kevin Dixon is there to meet him. Taking on the 40. And the Rabbitohs, they really need to clutch up defensively here. And the Canberra Raiders through the left edge give it to Harry Cheddar, who just takes it inside the 40. Second tackle for Canberra. The Mando now steps him. Kevin Dixon forced to bring him down, and he's been great defensively tonight. But he's out of position as they go swing it out towards Alan Berkeley. Fourth now, shy of the 10-metre line. The Canberra fans up in arms here, cheering on their team to try and keep their season alive, their finals alive. Wally Allen takes the run. 71 gained on this set for the home side. Fifth and last. Canberra, they go with the grubber to win the game. Eli Barnes has sealed it. It's the dagger play for Canberra. And just like that, that should be the ball game, Anthony. That should be the Raiders marching on in the race for the finals.
Yeah, you called it a dagger play, and that's a dagger to the heart of every Rabbitoh and Rabbitoh fan out there tonight, Sonny. And it had to be Eli Barnes. That man is a monster, and he's monstered his way into, well, a chance at the finals as they head into round 13.
Yeah, that's right, Mac. And a win tonight for the Raiders would see them move up to 5-7, which means they won't finish the season above 50%, but if they notch up one more win in round 13, providing they win tonight, then that could be the miracle run, the fairy tale run to the finals for the Canberra Raiders. And what a way it would be to send off Jordan Lewis in his final season as a captain. But the talks around whether he'll make a move up north towards Queensland, his original home, Jordan Lewis. He's been at the Raiders for a few seasons now. But the Rabbitohs, backs against the wall, down by 18 points. And at this point, Anthony Kelly and his boys are just going to have to roll the dice, throw the game plan out the window, and just try and force a mistake, turn that ball over and keep the play alive with the second phase ad-lib play, if there's any hope to try and get back in this one.
Yep, I'm not going to say it's not possible, Sonny, but if they're not going to win, then what the Rabbitohs could do is to bring down this deficit and force the Raiders to, well, not be able to get into the finals based off their differential, which would be a bit of a kick in the face there.
Oh, and Xavier Demando, what a run on the left-hand side. He stepped to and even hit a little goosey as he tried to wriggle away from the defender, and they cut it back in field now. 69 meters gained on this set for the Raiders. Where will they go? They've got Thompson and Berkeley waiting. Thompson gets it, puts up a short bomb, and it's going to go straight to Eli Barnes, who's wrapped there by two Souths defenders. And a huge play coming up for the visitors now. They have to get to the other side of the field. They have to get within the red zone at the very least and try and put up a huge kick that would pin the Canberra side deep within their own red zone. Aaron Leondis now straight through the left-hand side. Just runs it straight at Eli Barnes. Second tackle for Souths on the 40. Where will they go? They drop it. Callaghan out to Tallis Riff. Riff will wind up with the ball. He stops shy of the halfway. Third tackle now, the visitors. They drop it right side. Dixon out to Ben O'Donnell. And Ben O'Donnell finds a bit of space now. The Rabbitohs are cooking up a bit here. What can they do? Where can they finish on this set? Fourth tackle. They go back in field. Joey Kelly. He'll wind it up, the Rabbitohs skipper. Fifth and last now for this set. The Rabbitohs give it to Bennett, and the teacher puts in a huge kick. It's a good one like that. Riley Flynn with a bit of space now. And the teacher, Jesse Bennett, he's versatile. He can play in the prop, play at lock, and he can even kick the ball away if you need.
That's your second.
Yeah, you love to see a prop with a good boot on them. We've got a couple of props with some surprising kicking finesse. As Cheddar off down the field.
And Cheddar not letting his foot off the gas at all. This Canberra side do not want to get complacent. They're playing for the points at this point. They want to try and boost their PD and try and get up above positive points differential. As Rossini there saves the play, and he's brought down 60 gain on the set for Canberra as the clock winds down in front of a sold-out Canberra Stadium. And a short kickoff there, a bit of a shocker. Lands straight in the arms of Bradley Callaghan. But it is just too little too late for this Rabbitohs side. This will be the game that eliminates them from finals contention, as Dixon, playing with his heart on his sleeve, trying to just fight towards the end, get a consolation try on the board for the Rabbitohs at least. Potentially take the Raiders down with them as they are eliminated. Probably try and minimize that PD, that points differential. And Alan Berkeley with the intercept. He's got space. And AMAC, the Canberra Raiders, they do not want to let their foot off the gas. They want to send it home with one more try, you'd have to say.
Yep. Any other team would be happy with an 18-point lead. The Raiders, they're going for a 24-point lead. There we go. Ooh.
Harry Cheddar, get that in here, son, as we see third tackle. Wally Allen winds up with it to the 10. 2 minutes remaining in your round 12 game. Proudly brought to you by TBC Live. Thompson gives an inside ball to Jordan Lewis. And Lewis is brought down 5 short of the line here. Last tackle. Canberra, where will they go? The green machine drop back in the pocket to Thompson, and it's another flat kick. A short bomb there to Lachlan Holmes. And the Rabbitohs are going to come away with this one without the win here tonight, which means the Raiders will march on in their race towards the finals. They've got one game left in round 13. and that is a do-or-die game once again. They need to win, and they probably need to win huge, as we see Tallis Riff wind it up. And AMAC, Jordan Lewis and his boys will be so happy with the result here tonight, keeping their season alive.
Yeah, but they can't. They got to get back to training because the Raiders, they're up against the Storm next week, Sonny.
Oh, what a game that will be. If there is a game where you have to earn your right into the finals, that will be it. Jai Collins takes one off the noggin. Ref says, you know what, show a bit of mercy, let them play it on. 36-18 is the full-time score here from Canberra as the Raiders get one over the Rabbitohs and knock them out of finals contention for this season. Heartbreaking stuff for Souths, but the Canberra side just too good here tonight, AMAC. And what a game it was from the Green Machine.
Yeah, we said at the beginning of the night it would be a game of all-out attack, and neither side disappointed us there. And in the end, well, even with all the errors that the Raiders did, they still did enough to be able to use the opportunities they had to put a dagger straight through the heart of the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at the TBC Live stats. Daly scoring a double off the bench for the Raiders. Caval, Lewis, Barnes and Beats all over for a pie as well. Felix Windmill skied with a double, and Felix Stoder with one to his name for the Rabbitohs. And what a game it was from FWS. Time in possession, Rabbitohs with nearly 60%, 58% on the ball. 24 from 29 completions compared to 19 from 23 for Souths. More errors made Canberra's way, 6-4, with a penalty conceded as well. But more tackles being forced from the Rabbitohs. They had more missed tackles and less line breaks as well. So the result really coming to fruition based on those numbers as we take a look at the individual player stats. And AMAC, what were your thoughts on the Raiders?
Well, when you consider how many of their players are above 100 run meters, you can't beat the Raiders when they're in that kind of form. Eli Barnes, a relatively small 250 run meters for him. Wally Allen, look at that. For a second rower, 160 meters. Absolutely phenomenal. It was the Raiders forwards that really led the charge and forced their win over tonight here, Sonny.
Yeah, and you talk about this being a team performance, Anthony. I mean, they've got 11 players over 100 run meters, and they've got 15 players over 50. So that is one of the best team performances I think I've seen when we talk about those numbers and those stats. But Xavier Demando, 6 line breaks to his name as well. Harry Cheddar coming off the bench, 5 line breaks as well for the big unit, 139 run meters. But yeah, it was a great team performance from the Raiders tonight. Thoroughly deserved their win. And we'll take a look at the Rabbitohs now. And Anthony, I'll let you break this down, but Felix Windmill skied. What a game he had, 348, too shy of 350 run meters. But he was just so clutch defensively. He didn't miss the tackle. And 7 line breaks as well. 2 tries to his name with a try assist. What a game from the Rabbitohs hooker.
Yeah, even with the inflated run meters that hookers get, that's an absolutely massive amount of meters there from FWS. Easily the best out on field for the Rabbitohs tonight. But if you keep looking down, lots of run meters for the Rabbitohs as well. Joey Kelly, 122. Bradley Callahan, 116. Clay, Dixon, Stoter, 136. O'Hare. But if you look at the tackles column, the amount of tackles that the Rabbitohs have had to do tonight, next to none of the Raiders were in the 20s. And so many of the Rabbitohs were in the 20s for tackles that they just got tired. They had nothing left to attack with.
Yeah, they were under the pump early, the Rabbitohs, and you make a great point about the Raiders' defense. I mean, they were just on point, but the Rabbitohs being forced to, I guess, do a lot more work than you'd like to on defense. It just really tired them out. And, yeah, the Rabbitohs did a great job to wind them, the Raiders did a great job to wind them down. But, yeah, we talk about the finals picture, and AMAC, you know, you and the Broncos are well in this fight as well. Canberra Raiders, do you think they have what it takes to make the 8, or do you think the Storm will be too strong for them next week?
Well, it's going to be tricky. The Raiders have made almost every single finals there has been in the SRL, so they will be fighting tooth and nail to make sure they get there, especially with Lewis's last season as captain. But the Storm, but they are a different beast this season, and you have to be on your 150% game to be able to get across them. So the Raiders, a massive challenge for them next week.
Yeah, and we can't wait to see how it all unfolds as we get towards the final round of the season. And thank you so much for joining myself, Sonny Tyre, here in the box with Anthony McDonald for your Wednesday night game, your last game of round 12. And tune in next week. Join us on SRL TV to find out who will make the top 8, who will make the finals, and what is it all going to look like when we get towards that lovely stage of the season. Finals footy is just around the corner. Thank you so much once again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on your SRL TV coverage.